Hello, Homestucks. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. That's a quote that I'm absolutely certain was said by Karl Marx. Polygon doesn't think that Homestuck is enough of a video game to be featured in its hit series Unraveled. That is why, today, I have to be the change that I want to see in the world. Homestuck is a big comic. It is big and impenetrable and very hard to figure out what to do an Unraveled episode on. So I took probably the most well-known part of Homestuck, its characters, and I'm gonna do a classic breakdown of all those today. The question that's on my mind today is, which of them is the best? Which of them should you stan? Which of them should I stan? And I'm about to answer that question with math, spreadsheets, because that's what I do these days.
So I made a spreadsheet, because that's what I do these days.
So with my topic in mind, I started doing research. Researching and writing and copying and pasting and individually copying every single piece of dialogue in the epilogues into a separate Google Doc and then formatting them by character so I could figure out each one's word count, and more research, and then I came up with a spreadsheet. Oh my god, there's lipstick. What makes a good character? I turned to Homestuck and I found 5 categories that I can use to narrow down which character is truly the best in Homestuck. So the first 2 of my categories are truth and essentiality. Yes, they're both stolen from Rose Lalonde. We'll get to the third one later. These 2 categories are going to be used to narrow down the characters that I'm looking at, because Homestuck has like 300 named characters, and I'm not doing that. You'll see why. I'm using truth to rule out any characters that only appear in the epilogues. As much as I would love to rig this entire video for Swifer Eggmop, the epilogues have not been out long enough for them to have enough. There are numbers, and it wouldn't work, trust me. Essentiality is the second of my qualifying categories. Basically, are they important enough that Homestuck would be drastically different without them? I took a lot of liberties with defining that one, but in the end I got it down to about 90 characters, which you're about to see in the next part. So the third category is personal preference, because everybody likes different things in their favorite characters. So I've made a basic alignment chart to narrow down the types of characters to 4 different quadrants, because this is Homestuck. Did you think there weren't gonna be quadrants in this video? This is Homestuck. I don't remember if I actually recorded this part already, but the reason I'm doing this is because I want to find the best one in each of the corners, because everybody has different taste and shit. Hi, I've just realized that you can't read this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is for me, not you. So, my chart has 4 quadrants. Like I said, this is Homestuck. The x-axis goes from villain to hero. And up here, we have would never stab someone. Down here is will stab as greeting. I'm sure you know who that's for. For the sake of making this a better gradient, we'll say that around here is would stab someone if necessary, and about here is will stab without warning. I'm gonna need more tape. We're gonna start with the human kids, because they are easiest. All right, so let's get John on here. John, I'm just gonna put John like about there. Oh, you definitely can't see that. I'm just gonna put the digital version up there. I'll do explanations, but you won't be able to see what they're doing. Okay, so remember that rule about truth? I'm counting the epilogues when it's convenient to me, which is how you should treat them. So here's Dirk. I want him in the villain category. He's probably like right there. Speaking of the epilogues, Jane, I do think she's more evil than Dirk. And for that reason, she probably, Dirk's more likely to stab someone than Jane. So let's just scoot him down a bit. Jane probably would stab somebody if necessary, but would be a little bit more chill about it. Jake also probably wouldn't stab somebody, so he's over there by John. Dave, however, has shown himself definitely to be able to stab when necessary, and so he's gonna go still a hero, but a little bit further down. Roxy is... This is all bullshit. They're going a little bit above Dave, because I said so. Now, Rose would definitely stab somebody. I think if you don't believe that, you need to read Homestuck again. Rose will be the first one in this one, and also because of the epilogues, she has kind of dubious motivations, so she'll go like right between hero in the middle, because I still love her. The autoresponder. I don't read Dirk meta. I don't know, probably like there. Who the fuck knows? Jade! I love Jade. Jade would definitely stab somebody. Alright, that's all the human kids. Let's do the original trolls next.
Trolls! It's time for someone to give them the love they deserve.
Okay, Pfeffery. Where's Pfeffery? I have my original version on a screen that you can't see. Pfeffery I put here, and I don't remember why. Equius? Fuck that guy. I don't like Equius. I'm sorry. Equius probably wouldn't stab somebody, right? Equius is about there. These are in no order at all, because there's just like shavings of paper all over my desk, and I'm taping them to the wall pretty much arbitrarily. Aradia here. She's in this one. Nepeta. It's really a shame what the straights did to Nepeta, because she would, for sure, stab someone. Hey, I did that without looking at my chart, and it was in the same place. That's weird because these are so arbitrary. Gamzee! Nobody ever knows what the fuck Gamzee's up to by design. So I'm just gonna... Oh, you can't even... You can barely see him, but he's slightly above maximum stab, but he's definitely a villain. So you'll know, he's down there, you'll know. You can barely see him, it's fine. Kanaya did nothing wrong. Love this funky little lesbian. For sure, would stab someone. But she's polite, she'd probably warn them at least. Tavros. This is the part where you realize that I have characters that I don't care for, but I'm gonna be putting them on this anyway. Because people on Twitter would yell at me if I didn't. Also, I don't want to hear you yelling at me on Twitter if you think I got one of these wrong. Because it doesn't actually matter. He would he has shown himself to attempt to stab someone, but he never actually went through with it. So he's like there. It didn't go great for him. Solux is pretty chill in the middle, because I said so. We're getting to a very good one now. I think we're getting to the best character on this list, if you ask me. Hey, do you know what time it is? It's 8:88 p.m. Vriska is so much of a hero that she goes there. No, seriously though, Vriska didn't do anything wrong, and if you don't believe that, I don't want to hear it. Eridan. He's a villain, but I think he has like a chance at redemption, probably, in some timeline. Ooh, I'm gonna get added for that. He did canonically stab without warning, so he does have to go down there. The love of my life, Terezi, also did nothing wrong, but nobody can compare to Vriska's heroism. She probably is slightly less likely to stab someone than Vriska. Well, I mean, they're both batshit, but Terezi is like 2% more chill. Carcat time. I mean, he's a hero, but like, he's an angry boy. We're going to do the Dancestor.
Trolls.
Most of these I was able to kind of guess at, but I was definite. Oh shit, I just dropped them. I did bring in Crow as Cronus consultant. Hi, Crow. And they told me to put Cronus here. Wow. Cronus is the first one in that section? Okay. Horus. Sucks. Porum. There. This is the Dancestor zone, because they aren't there for very long and they don't have a chance to do especially crazy shit one way or the other. Rufio is right next to Horus because they both suck. I'm being very mean to the Dancestors. I'm sorry. I just don't know things. Kurlos is down by Gamzee. He's there, you see? I hate this setup. Matuna. Matuna would definitely stab someone, I think. And Fanon probably says otherwise. The little bit of Matuna Fanon I have seen, I have hated. Y'all really love whoopifying boys, don't you? Matuna is, well, actually, Matuna is slightly more of a hero than the rest of the ancestors, because it is mentioned that he did something important. Cankry is a villain, and you will never, ever, ever convince me otherwise. Cankry would absolutely never stab somebody. Latul is pretty good. Mulin is very, very hard for me to get a read on. I don't know, she's like helping Carlos or something. There, because I said so. Pretty sure Damara did a bad thing. At least one bad thing. I'm just gonna put her there because she would definitely stab somebody. I think she did she killed somebody, I'm pretty sure. I have never read Homestuck. Arnea, she is pretty much a villain, but doesn't really stab people. That's not her style. At least not sudden stabbings. Mina is a hero that would definitely stab you as a greeting and definitely did that to John. I do remember that. I have maybe read Homestuck. Let's do the Guardians and Ancestors. I got rid of all but 2 Ancestors because, listen, as many lyric stucks about the Signless as there are, he does only show up for 2 pages. Well, I kept Her Imperious Condescension and Mindfang in because they talk. Alpha Bro Strider. He's Dave. So he goes on Dave over there. Pop-Up Crocker. Who knows anything about that guy? He's like John Mulaney and that's all we know. He probably wouldn't stab anybody and he's also a hero because I love John Egbert. Grandma Harley, she is a hero. Not sure how she'd do on the stabbing front though. I do think she would stab if necessary. She's gonna go about there. Beta Bro Strider. Fuck this guy. This guy sucks. This guy super duper sucks. Don't like him. Fuck that guy. Would stab as greeting. Complete villain. He's there. Fuck bro. Dad Crocker would not stab. Neither would Dad Egbert. He's also the exact same person as Dad Crocker, so yeah. Alpha Mom Lalonde. She would stab somebody. She did stab somebody, and he did deserve it. She does make it into this category down here. Man, my wall is gonna be a mess to clean up. Beta Mom Lalonde is a little bit more of a questionable figure. I don't think she would stab somebody, and I don't really like how she is with Rose. Grandpa, he's a villain because Hive Swap said so, and I would die for Hive Swap. Hey, can I have Hive Swap? Fuck this guy. He wouldn't stab anybody necessarily, but he would shoot them. And the Ancestors, the 2 that I decided to care about. The Condess, she sucks. She's going down here with bro. I'm not moving the camera again. I'm having a number of lipstick problems right now. Where did I put Mindfang? Why did I say Mindfang was a hero? No, she's not. Well, you see, the amount of time that I spent on these, I'm gonna say Mindfang is barely a hero because she did a rebellion, but you're not off the hook, Mindfang. You did some fucked up shit. We're gonna do the sprites. Fafetta did nothing wrong and probably would stab somebody, I think. This is getting very chaotic over here behind me. Ooh, I just realized this video is probably gonna put some discourse in my inbox. Hey, don't. Maybe don't. I don't want to hear it. This is just me objectively proving it, and that means that you can't argue. Aerosol Sprite is there. Would definitely stab somebody if given the chance. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. So, Nana Sprite is a clown, which is foreshadowing for what Jane does in the epilogues. Absolute clownery. But Nana Sprite on her own is pretty alright. She's definitely at risk for stabbing some folks, though. I could see it. My laptop just died. Huius is something. Huius tried to be a hero and then ended up making Lord English. But I'm just gonna go with what he would want to be remembered by. Dave Sprite, another Dave. Guess where he's going? With Dave. There sure is a Dave pile growing over there. Jasper Sprite. Not Jasperos, we're getting there. Might stab someone? Who's to say? I'm putting them there. Dave Petta. Love them so dearly. They're so good. Hero would stab someone. Don't look at any of these in comparison to any of the others. I'm not doing that. I love Jasperos. Jasperos is a hero and would stab someone. Okay, we're done with the sprites. Let's get the cherubs out of the way. Since I've only got 4 here, Calliope, by definition, over here. Caliborn, by definition, with bro. There's just like a little pile of terrible people building up down there. Alternate Calliope. What's she up to? She's a lot more likely to stab somebody than Calliope. Lord English is pretty much where Caliborn is. You can't get much worse than Caliborn. Let's do the felt. This was another one that I had no clue whatsoever for. So at Aromancery on Twitter, thank you for giving me a general idea of what to do with these. I really do appreciate it. These ones, more than any others, don't look at them. I don't know anything. Like I said, I've never read Homestuck. Cans is like probably there. Finn, I was told would stab without warning. Itchy by Finn, there. Clover, would not stab probably, but still a villain. This is just great for making it look like I don't have everybody here. Trace is down there. This is gonna be terrible to clean up. Doze is like there. Stitch is like for sure under Eridan. I don't know why I put Stitch under Eridan, actually. I don't know anything about Stitch. Crowbar also would stab without warning. This is interesting. I didn't know this, but Matchsticks is a hero. I can't find Matchsticks. I don't know what I did with him. I don't remember if Matchsticks would stab somebody or not, and I can't find him on the chart, so in the middle with you. I've just noticed how rapidly the paint is disappearing from my face, so I need to speed this up. Sawbuck. Dye. Eggs, biscuits, quarters, and the one that, if that phone call that I just got rid of that clip that I just recorded, I'm gonna be pissed. Snowman, the one that I can figure out. Snowman's like there, probably. Carapations, exile or otherwise. These pieces of paper are way too big for the 2 letters on them. PM is a hero and will stab you. Diamond's Droog is there, cause I said so. The authority regulator is a villain. The White Queen is there. Ms. Paint is probably hanging out in that middle zone. This is really out of order. I should have done like the Midnight Crew in one big block now that I'm thinking about it, but no. Hearts Boxcars is over here. The mayor, like Vriska, did nothing wrong and is also extremely heroic. CD is a little bit less likely to stab somebody and also a little bit less of a villain. Now we have 3 Jack Noirs because, hey Hussie, why do you like have so many characters that are the same person but also not? Can you explain that to me? First one, Spade Slick, will stab as greeting. Second one, Lord Jack, will stab as greeting. Third one, Bec Noir, will stab as greeting. Do you get it? Do you understand how much of a pain it was to do the research on all 3 iterations? Just for them to make a big pile at the bottom. You can't even see it. Why did I do this? I forgot to put my blazer back on. Oh shit! There's paint on my blazer. That's not great. I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. This is an actual thing that I need to wear for like fancy occasions. Oh well. The last category is just kind of whatever. So we've got Serenity. It looks like I didn't put Serenity on my original chart, but she can't stab anybody because she's too small to hold the knife. However, Casey the Salamander will stab you. Lil Cow, bro pile. Fedora Freak. Why did you include Fedora Freak on this list, Becca? So, Fedora Freak is heroic, ascends to God tier, probably wouldn't stab you. The Con Air Bunny of many names. Whatever you would like to call them. They probably wouldn't stab you, just intimidate you away. Doc Scratch. Stabbing isn't really Doc Scratch's style, so as much as I would love to put him in the bro pile, a little bit above it. And last but not least, Andrew Hussie. Now, this is a complicated one. If we are talking about the author avatar of Andrew Hussie that is a character in Homestuck, would absolutely stab, but is a little bit of a hero. A little bit. And so with that, all 90 characters are up. Let me just talk about that bro pile down at the bottom. There it is. I'm so good at filming. So here's the whole thing. I will put up the original version onto the screen now. Okay, you remember me saying I had 5 categories and like the whole premise of the video before I got distracted by that? The last 2 categories are popularity and relevance. Popularity is important because you want to have people to talk to about your favorite character. If they're just like there in the background and nobody cares, then you'll just kind of be talking to yourself. You want at least somebody. So, to get this one, I took each character's name, yes all 90, this is why I got rid of characters, and I plugged them into Google, wrote down the number of results that I got for each character. And then I did it again, except searching for results only on Tumblr and results only on Reddit. I was going to do Twitter, but when I searched for Twitter and Dirk Strider had 0 results, I started to think that something was wrong. So, fuck Twitter. I'll go somewhere else. Not Reddit though. Fuck Reddit. I don't even know why I put it in there. So I added the Google results, Reddit results, and Tumblr results, and then averaged them to get the average discourse score. This represents how much people are talking about the character and around how many people you'll have to talk to. Then I did the exact same thing, except I went on AO3 and I went on DeviantArt. And I searched all the characters' names again, and I added up number of fics with the character and number of artworks drawn of the character to get their content score. This is important because you want to look at nice things of your character and you want to read nice fics of your character, probably. So this is just another measure of how much the fandom cares, because that's the only thing that matters. Don't worry, I'll get to the other part that's not this. The next part of the formula is the gay factor. For this one, I assigned 2 scores to each character. One was their LGB bonus, and one was their trans bonus. If they were confirmed to be in some way gay, they got a +2 in that category. If their sexuality is unconfirmed, they get a 1. And if they're known to be het, which isn't that common in Homestuck, they got a -2. The same thing went for them being trans. I added the 2 together and put the content score to the power of the gay. This whole formula here was the formula to find popularity. My last category here was relevance, and this one was probably the one that took me the most work. I found a post where somebody had calculated the number of words spoken by each character in Homestuck. The problem was that it was made in 2017, so I did have to go through the entire epilogues and separate out all of that dialogue myself and add it to the totals that were found there. Now that I had the total word count for every single character in Homestuck, I found the page that each character first appeared on in Homestuck, then subtracted that page number from the total number of pages in Homestuck, including pages in the epilogue. That gave me the number of potential pages that they could have been on, if that makes sense. Then I divided the number of words by the number of pages to get their, well, words per page. Essentiality is all about how much a character does to move along the plot of the story. So another important factor beyond words per page was their aspect, since in Homestuck the light aspect is directly involved with plot relevance. So for each of the light players, I raised their words per page count to the power of 2, and for all of the non-light players, it was just a power of 1, so it was the same number as before. Then, from that part, I subtracted the number of times that the character died, then added something that I called the nostalgia bonus. This was a +20 bonus for all of the original trolls and the 4 beta kids, just because they are most associated with what Homestuck is and the most recognizable. And so all of that was the relevance score. The last and final part of the formula is that I multiply the final score from popularity by the final score from relevance, and that gives me a character's valid points. This is the unit that I have come up with to explain my findings. And without further ado, here are the most valid, best, most standable characters in Homestuck. Let's start with the worst characters. These ones ended up with 0 valid points. There were only 2 characters to end up with 0 valid points. The first of which, from the yellow quadrant on the graphic that I showed because that wall thing was such a disaster, was Quarters. And from the blue square, we also had Matchsticks. Oh, I put Matchsticks in the wrong spot up there. He's in the blue one, and he didn't have have any valid points. He's not valid, sorry. So if you stand either of those, fuck you. The next lowest was Fedora Freak with 2,765 valid points. That's just so you know the type of scale we're going with. So the top 3 from each of the 4 quadrants are as follows. From the yellow square, number 3 is Aranea with 1,954,167,700,672. I'm not kidding. There are a lot of numbers. That's how many valid points Aranea has. Next with more than that is Cankry, which I'm upset about because I don't like Cankry. Had like 2 trillion. I'm not reading all of these numbers. And then at the top there was Dirk. Dirk came out with 154 trillion valid points. I don't think Dirk is valid. From the pure villain category, in 3rd place we have Bro Strider. Bro should not rank in anything, but that's why we have the villain square. So Bro has like 1.7 trillion. Next up on that list is Eridan with 475 trillion valid points. And oh, that's bad. Top on the pure villains list is Gamzee with 912 trillion valid points. Gross. In the chaotic heroes sector, the blue one, in 3rd place we have Terezi with 532 trillion valid points. Next in 2nd place we have Rose with 1.4 quadrillion valid points. And of course, in 1st, Vriska. Vriska has 1.46 trillion valid points. As she should, because she didn't do anything wrong. And finally, the highest ranking characters on my list, the non-chaotic heroes. The green square. In 3rd place, we have Karkat with 4.9 quadrillion valid points. 2nd in the green square is Dave with 7.8 quadrillion valid points. Oh boy, this last one. They deserve it. This is all I will say. I need to read this number very carefully. With 706 quadrillion, 34,697,785,472,000 is Roxy. So, I guess there's that. Stan, Roxy, and Vriska. That's the message of this video. Bye. Except it's not really goodbye, is it? Homestuck is still going. We are still on this ride together for hopefully another 10 years. So, who knows? Maybe by next year, Vriska Merriam Lalonde will be the new #1 character. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? At the end of the day, the important fact that I want you to take away from this video is that my measurements here are objective. I am right about every single thing in this video. And if you would like to tell me otherwise, you should write that note down. Write it down on a little scrap of paper, just like the ones I taped on the wall. And you need to hold it above a mango-scented candle at 4:13 exactly in the morning. Let it burn to ash, and let the smell of the mango candle drift into the night air. And all know. For real though, if you at me on Twitter about this, you're getting blocked. And so, I can call my work done. Ugh. I'm fucking free. I really don't know how to end this, if you can't tell. I have spent about 2 weeks working on it and then like 1 night filming. I really do hope that I have enough footage because I desperately, desperately want to go wash my face. I hope you all are enjoying the con, and without further ado, outtakes. Have a nice rest of your day. What? So, oh boy. Phone at 20%. Why would you do that to me, Apple? Oh boy. We'll make this quick then. So that leaves me to have to do, no, that's nothing. That's nothing. I'm sure Brian David Gilbert is better at this than I am, but all right. We're doing this. I already said I was doing it, so there's no avoiding it now. So I just realized that I made coffee 40 minutes ago and now I can't drink it. Also, it's cold. That's probably a bigger factor in that. That's why it looked weird, because there was lipstick on my teeth in that bit. There was. Oh shit. I'm not refilming that. I have 1 night to film this and I'm going to do it. I have to keep checking that my dad's not outside listening. So I took 3 of my categories from Rose. Maybe I don't want to slam on people that haven't read the epilogues. That's problematic of me. Okay, so I've had some shitty takeout and I'm back now. And then I added 2 of my own, which I need to go look up on my laptop because I've forgotten. So I took 3 of them from Rosalind because I love her. I really want to take a shower. It's just not good feeling. Everybody likes different things in a characters. So, in a characters? Oh boy, howdy, what have I gotten myself into? Oh shit. I lost Pop-Up! I don't remember if Matchsticks would stab somebody or no. I don't have a whiteboard like BDG does, so you're gonna have to deal with construction paper taped to my wall like I'm a child. This is really bad. Okay. You see this? You see that math that I did? It's real. Don't worry about that thing appearing in between shots. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. At the end here, I just want to give a special shout out to the con staff who are absolutely wonderful and put in an incredible amount of work into making all of this happen. They are a real gift to the fandom, and I really just want to thank all of them for this awesome, awesome, awesome day. I also want to extra thank Nell, who gave me a spreadsheet with a list of all of the characters in Homestuck, which was very, very useful, so I didn't have to go through the entire comic and find everyone, and also just for being an awesome and supportive friend. I also want to thank Hussie for hanging out and giving me ideas for this panel, and of course I want to thank Crow and Aromancery again for their help with the chart. If there is enough interest and you guys still have questions, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to do a follow-up video covering some of the things I didn't quite get to here. And who knows, if I can think of good ideas or you can suggest them, I might make another video in this series. Thanks for watching. I hope that all of you have a wonderful con, and if you're watching after the con, hope you have a wonderful day.